Miss Rachel! Miss Rachel, where are you? It's time to start the show.
I'm coming. Oh, hello, and welcome to our LakePoint Kids online film experience.
Miss Rachel, what's with the outfit?
Well, I was helping my parents out on their farm today. They have an apple orchard and it's harvest time, so I was busy picking apples. This is what's called a picking bucket, and it's what you put the apples into as you're picking. Then when your bucket is nice and full, you carefully empty it from the bottom, like this, so the apples come out the bottom. You have to be very, very careful though when emptying the apples because they can bruise as easily as if you were to crack an egg. Raise your hand if you knew that apples can bruise as easily as an egg can be cracked. I wonder what other apple knowledge you have. If you're with us at LakePoint Kids, then grab your chalkboard and chalk. And if you're at home, you can grab some pencil and paper or just answer the questions verbally. All right, now how many different types of apples do you think there are in the world? Write that number down. Well, prepare to be amazed. There are actually over 7,500 different types or varieties of apples. With that many options, there's got to be at least one kind you like. All right, true or false? Apples have seeds inside of them. Is that true or false? True, apples come with seeds right in the middle of them. Normally they come with 5 seeds on each side. All right, next question. What do you think happens when there are an uneven amount of seeds in both sides of an apple? You can write out your answer or draw it. It actually makes the apple lopsided. All right, here's a question for you. Which one of these groups of apple names are not true? A, Granny Smith, Empire, and Ambrosia. B, Pink Lady, Honeycrisp, and Macintosh. C, Fuji, Golden Delicious, and Jonagold. D, Sweet Crunch, Big Red, and Snap Apple. Which ones do you think are not true? Those last names in the D section, Sweet Crunch, Big Red, and Snap Apple, I just made them up. All right, last question, number 5. How does this saying end? An apple a day keeps the... What is it? You can write it out or draw it. Well, the correct answer is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Apples can help your body in lots of ways. They're full of good stuff like fiber and vitamin C. Apples are a super healthy and super tasty snack. In fact, I brought one along for you today, Pastor Ethan.
Oh, thanks. You know, we could have filmed another day if we were too busy in the orchard.
Oh, no. That's very kind of you, but I said we'd film today, and so I wanted to be true to my word. Hey, that kind of reminds me of our theme this month. It's not apples, as perhaps you were guessing. The word does start with a vowel though, but it's not an A, it starts with an I. It's 10 letters long, it ends with a Y, and it rhymes with, well, nothing, absolutely nothing. It's integrity. Integrity is choosing to be truthful in whatever you say and do. I'll count to 3 and we'll say it together. 1, 2, 3. Integrity is choosing to be truthful in whatever you say or do. And our verse of the month says this. Anyone who lives without blame walks safely, but anyone who takes a crooked path will be caught. Proverbs 10, verse 9, nerve. What does walking down paths have to do with integrity? Well, basically, this verse is telling us that if you make poor choices and do wrong things, it's going to catch up with you. Your actions and your words have consequences. If you're at home, try saying this verse while striking a funny pose, making a funny face, and using an old man voice. If you're at LakePoint Kids with us, then turn your attention to the stage. So integrity, what is that again? Well, integrity is choosing to be truthful in whatever you say or do. And our bottom line or focus point of today is be truthful with your whole life. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Be truthful with your whole life. Well, while you go learn more about that, I'm going to go take off this heavy bucket.
Gentlemen, head to your race cars. It's go time!
Go time. Go time.
3, 2, 1, go! I win! Hey everybody, I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and welcome to the So-and-So Show!
This month we are talking all about integrity. When you have integrity, that means you can be trusted.
Really? You think you can just come out right out of the gate and announce a big spoiler just like that?
Yeah, I think I just did.
Well, tell me more. Who do you think is the most integritous person you know?
That is not a word.
Sure.
Okay, fine. Probably my barber.
You sure about that?
Hey!
You know what? I think I know a better one.
What, your grandma?
Nope.
Your mailman?
No. A pit stop worker.
A pit stop worker.
Yeah, you know the pit crew
Really?
for race car drivers? The
Yeah.
car rolls into the pit stop and, the crew super quickly makes adjustments to the car, like refueling it or replacing the tires.
You know what? I think you're right. They do need a lot of integrity.
Yeah, right? You've got to be able to trust them. If they didn't have integrity, they could ruin the race or even get the driver hurt. They keep you safe and they help make your dreams come true.
It's true.
So true. I want to be one.
Really? I think pit crew workers have to be super strong, so...
What? I'm strong, but I don't like the smell of car exhaust.
well, there goes that dream.
No. I can, what if there were, a pit crew for life? Everyday moments that need help, assistance, integrity.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, you will be, my friend, you will be.
That was fun.
Yeah. Now, what else needs my help?
Maybe we should just leave things the way they are.
Never! The door! Yeah!
It's Bible story time with Kellen!
Woo!
No!
Can you smell that?
Hey guys!
Hey, Kellen.
You know what I like about you, Kellen? You're integritous.
Thanks, but that's not a word.
Still? Okay, fine.
But I see where you're going, and I like it.
So what do you have for us today, Kellen?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Today is all about fruit. You guys like apples, bananas, oranges?
Yeah.
Definitely.
The only way you get fruit is because it grows on a fruit tree. When Jesus was on earth, a lot of the people he met and talked to were farmers and people who knew all about growing fruit trees. So, a few times, that's what Jesus decided to talk to them about. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, we read that Jesus says, "A good tree doesn't bear bad fruit, and a bad tree doesn't bear good fruit. You can tell each tree by the kind of fruit it bears. People do not pick figs from thorns, and they don't pick grapes from bushes." That makes sense, right? Apples only grow on apple trees, and oranges only grow on orange trees. And only good, healthy trees can produce good, healthy fruit. Now, Jesus taught this lesson about fruit trees so he could actually teach us about people. He went on to say, a good man says good things. These come from the good that is stored up in his heart. An evil man says evil things. These come from the evil that is stored up in his heart. A person's mouth says everything that is in their heart. So people can be like fruit trees. What does that look like? Well, imagine someone who is good. Jesus said a good person has good things stored in their heart. It's like they're a healthy tree. And just like good fruit comes from a healthy tree, good things come out of someone with a healthy heart. Things like kind words, encouragement, and honesty. But there's another kind of person. When a tree isn't healthy, it won't produce good fruit. In the same way, Jesus said that evil things come out of someone with an unhealthy heart. Things like lies, insults, and hateful words. So, which kind of person would you rather be? Someone who is good, right? Well, then that's the kind of fruit you should bear. You should actually be kind and good. Now, I get it. Sometimes that's more easily said than done. But it's a good thing that Jesus had more to say about the matter. In the Gospel of John, chapter 15, Jesus says, I am the true vine. My Father is the gardener. So picture this with me. Picture a big vine growing in a garden. There are so many branches connected to the vine, and some of those branches are bearing fruit and others aren't. Now imagine that Jesus is this big vine and that God is the gardener. Jesus said, God cuts off every branch joined to me that does not bear fruit. He trims every branch that does bear fruit so that it will bear even more fruit. So God takes care of the vine and the branches that are attached to it. Remember, the vine is Jesus, and the branches Jesus was talking about are you and me. Next, Jesus says, remain joined to me, just as I also remain joined to you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain joined to the vine. In that same way, you can't bear fruit unless you remain joined to me. So as long as the branches stay connected to the vine, they'll continue to bear more and more fruit. Did you catch that? You don't have to try to have good fruit on your own. In fact, Jesus says that it is impossible for you to do it by yourself. But when you lean on Jesus, when you stay connected to him in relationship and obey his commands to love one another, you will bear good fruit. Things like love, kindness, peace, and my favorite, joy. Jesus believes in this so much that he kept going, telling his disciples again, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain joined to me and I to you, you will bear a lot of fruit. You can't do anything without me. This is an amazing promise from Jesus. He doesn't say you might produce fruit. He says you will. Then Jesus added, when you bear a lot of fruit, it brings glory to my Father. It shows that you are my disciples. And just like a branch getting nutrients from the vine, when we stay connected to Jesus, we get the love and nutrients we need to have healthy hearts that produce good fruit.
That is beautiful.
It really is.
You know, it's helpful to learn that the way to have a healthy heart and good fruit is by staying connected to Jesus.
Exactly. Jesus never leaves us, and we can always be connected to him. We can receive his love in our hearts, ask him to help us, and follow his example of how to love people well.
That's amazing. Thanks, Kellen.
Anytime. See ya.
Bye, Kellen. You know, I wonder what kind of tree people would see me as.
Well, hopefully a good one.
Yeah. Instead of an apple or orange tree, would people describe me as a kindness tree or a joy tree?
I think you can have a lot of good types of fruit. But that's a good thought. Reveal the question. how do you want people to describe you?
Yeah, do you want to be described like a pit crew member, helpful and trustworthy?
Or perhaps as someone who is patient and kind?
Yeah, or funny, or generous.
Yeah, there's lots of examples of what fruit could look like. It all comes down to your actions.
Yeah, the way you act reflects who you are, so it's good to choose actions that are true to you.
Yeah, and who Jesus helps you to be.
Yes.
Think about it, talk to somebody, and we'll see you next time. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and this was the So-and-So Show!
So here's the thing. You don't live with integrity by accident. It's a choice that begins by choosing to follow Jesus and then by staying connected to him. And there's lots of ways to do that, like learning about what Jesus did and said. Stuff like, love your enemies. Don't worry about tomorrow. Let your light shine before others. Or my grace is all you need. Or my power is strongest when you are weak. You can also spend time with Jesus by spending time in prayer, both talking and listening, just like you would with a friend. When you take time to be still, Jesus might give you a word or a feeling or just a sense that he is there. Even when you get distracted or mess up, it's a great opportunity to reconnect with Jesus. There is nothing you can do that will make Jesus love you any less or any more. And when you stay connected to Jesus, you can be truthful with your whole life. It's time to bring it home now with our small group time, so long as your parent listened to today's instructions. First, talk about how you want people to describe you. Choose some words that you want to be known for. Now press pause, complete the activity, and then come back for the second set of instructions. Next, look up the verse we talked about in our video today, John 15, verse 5. Read it out loud and put a bookmark in the spot. Then agree as a family to take time to read it every day this week. If it'll help you, you could write it out and place it somewhere where you won't forget to see it, or set a specific time when you'll read it each day, like after supper or before bed. Parents, now's the time to either scan the QR code on the screen or head over to the LakePoint app to fill out our online connection card. Signing our guest book lets us know who is watching and helps us stay connected to you. It also allows you to sign up for our latest LakePoint initiatives and opportunities. So kids, while your parents are busy doing that, why don't you go and count how many things you have in your kitchen that grow on a tree? You can go back and watch your favorite LakePoint Kids online family experiences on our YouTube channel or on our LakePoint app in the Family Resources section. Thanks for tuning in today, friends. I'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Remember, be truthful with your whole life.